So it looks like everybody, literally everybody on this damn cast was attacking Nunu like no other.
Lucas, are you actually offended by that?
I'm not offended.
Exactly, so let's be honest,
you go
you know
on set
it's not on that
and start
path.
chatting shit.
You jumped on a bullying wave. Now, I'll start, as like I said in the beginning, listen, but hold on. No, let me finish.
Right, maybe you are fake. Okay. Because today I want to know what you just said.
Lucas.
They're like, damn, you knew what happened with Sia, Nunu, don't do this again. Because you knew, like, for me, it was just kind of like, it felt like you know what that's gonna...
Lucas. So let's
Yeah, go on, be victim, be pity. Feel sorry for yourself, Nunu.
Wasn't able to control herself. Her one came out as emotion. What if it had come out as rage? What would have happened then? Me personally, people attacked my daughter because of what you did.
Let me finish. No, you wouldn't know this. Let me finish.
Hey guys, it's Morali. Hope you guys are all doing well today. First and foremost, I do want to say apologies for the late upload. I was in A&E last night until like 4 AM because my grandfather fell ill. So I had to take him there and then obviously wait there and then bring him back. So that in itself was quite strenuous, and then your whole day just gets delayed because of that. And that probably explains why I look like a mess right now in this video, but apologies in advance. I would like to say much appreciation for the amount of messages that I have received via Instagram, emails, Twitter, the works, everything. I am ridiculously grateful for everybody attempting to reach out to me and not only inform them about their own problems, which I will also make a video about in the future because they have given me permission to do so, but I'm just very grateful for everybody to taking out the time to messaging me. I've received them all and I replied to them all, and there's no words. Like, I genuinely did not expect to receive so many messages. I'm in this particular zone where I just feel like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that's going on, because it's best to be as transparent with your audience to an extent, but also it's good to just touch the surface rather than go in depth of what I'm going through. Maybe I'll make a documentary one day and talk about what I'm going through to help others. Maybe I won't, I don't know. As for now, for a lot of people saying make sure you're talking to people, I mean, I have plenty of psychiatrist consultant, which are like the highest level friends as well that I speak to, and I have a very strong, stable network, thank the Lord. So from those perspectives, people are being spoken to. I wouldn't say I'm in a great position. I wouldn't say things have progressed from the last time I made a video and talked about this to an extent. I would say to an extent it probably has worsened, if that's even a word. But you know, such is life. People are going through worse stuff than me, and I'm just attempting to weather through and cope with the storm, and hopefully it'll pass. But from where it looks right now, it looks like it's only going to get worse, so cross fingers. But let's just go straight into this particular review. I'm pissed off because this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Everybody's coming for Nunu. I don't understand what the hell's going on. This is just barbaric.
I'm gonna talk properly and make sure you understand what you're saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
But it's hilarious because, you know, Esther talks about how she's gonna rise above it. She was talking about my journey, attacking this, what I went through. But you've been attacking this woman throughout the last 2 seasons. You are a bully. That's basically what it is. Esther Flana, if you're watching this, you are a bully. You're insecure, and you're very insecure to the point where you want to put other people down to feel better about yourself, and it is barbaric. It's just hilarious everybody's playing into that field. I don't understand what is going on. So the whole idea of, you know, I feel like Nunu had some good comebacks when she was talking about the whole idea of why didn't Esther communicate? We could have jumped this together and made even more money. And that itself was quite funny as well. And I just feel like Arietta kind of irritated me. Like, you know, people just speak too much or speak when they're not meant to speak. And I feel like that was a particular position she played.
Yeah, I didn't go on Twitter because at the end of the day, if I got your number, I'm coming to you, because this is show, this is all entertainment. Like, I'm a real person, so if I've got a problem with you, I'll come with you. Like, but anyways,
talking about, she had the audacity to say that Nunu was jumping on the bullying wave. This is how ridiculously blind this particular lady is, as well as other people in the cast, that she was completely oblivious to the entire attacks that Esther was made. Not one person, apart from B-Money, not one person addressed the whole idea of the fact that Esther was the one who came for her first. Nobody else addressed that. That was completely oblivious to everybody. And that's what I found hilarious. And then one thing that I really want to get into that I want everybody to take note on is that Esther said that she's blaming Nunu for the backlash that Nunu may have received, as opposed to Esther, who received a lot of backlash. Nunu, you know, apparently people are talking about her kids in a bad way, and her kids should die and everything, God forbid. And now Esther is blaming Nunu.
The reason you are to blame, reason I blame you for that is the mere fact that you proceeded to continue with the situation. Do you understand?
But I am not held responsible. I will never hold responsibility for other people's actions.
For that particular situation. This in itself I want everybody to be very clear, is a narcissistic technique where you are blaming somebody else for somebody else. This is a narcissistic technique where you are situating blame to somebody else when they are not accountable for that blame, so that you can incite guilt upon them, and with that guilt comes a subconscious form of control, where you are now controlling that person because you have made the person feel guilty. Then that person would apologize for something that they have not done. You cannot be accountable for something that you have not done, and to make somebody accountable for something that they have not done is a narcissistic technique to manipulate, control them, and to allow them to feel guilt. This is why people need to be very, very careful. And there's another term called flying monkeys, which I feel a lot of people are. Flying monkeys is when a narcissistic person is able to control and manipulate people around them so that they can have a team to gang up on one particular person. They can change their view on this particular person, and by doing this, by manipulating them, by subconsciously controlling them, it's called they're therefore a flying monkey for that particular person. Now, I do feel like this is only going on here to an extent. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like Esther's controlling every single person, because everybody else has had their own issues with Nunu. But at the same time, I do feel like this particular technique is going on here, and that in itself, what I found very, very interesting, was that Esther was very quick to blame Nunu for something that she did not do. But what was not addressed was the fact that Esther was the one that came for Nunu in the first place. She is a bully, she's a very insecure person, and in order to put other people down, she has to feel secure about herself by doing so. Now, everybody has their own insecurities, but there are different levels and measures, and people also have logic and practicality, and they will know not to lash out on certain people because it just makes sense. The fact that Nunu is doing this, the fact that Esther is doing this consistently with Nunu, we've seen this pattern. Somebody even put up a video of an addition. Everybody has seen this particular behaviour, yet she has not taken accountability, yet she has not even apologised, and yet she has rages. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, I'm not qualified to say that Esther has a narcissistic personality disorder, but I feel like she definitely goes across the diagnostic criteria what belongs to that. She randomly has rages out of nowhere, low empathy, never taking accountability, makes up situations, or attacks somebody else and blames them for something that they have not done, all to incite guilt, control, manipulation. I feel like this is something going on here which I found quite interesting, to say the least. Nevertheless, Arietta, you got too excited. I don't know what you were doing. I don't understand what was going on. For you to be saying that she's jumping on this bullying wave, you're definitely a flying monkey. You're being controlled subconsciously. I feel like, yes, there may be things going on behind the scenes that we may not be seeing as viewers, but that's how every show is. It is what it is. We're only going to judge from what we see. That's only what we can do. We can only go so far as viewers. You're expecting every single one of us viewers to be talking about the show and then taking our time to go backstage. Like, bro. We've all got lives to live. We're only going to review or talk about what we see. It is what it is. Deal with it. It's your issue, not ours. It's basically what it is. And then we have Reva. Now, I'm disappointed in Reva. The thing about me is, everybody knows from this damn show that I love Reva on this show. She always speaks the truth. It is what it is. But there's a lot of hypocrisy going on here. Now, first of all, I like the way she started off with Lucas in regards to the fact that she was self-evaluating her actions. And when you self-evaluate yourself in the mirror and you look at where you may have gone wrong and you apologise, that can only promote growth in boundaries and ways that you do not know. You don't know how much you could grow when you could do that as a person.
I mean, with Max in the morning, I should have checked myself and I didn't. I should have assessed myself and said, something's going on. I knew, I'm not really feeling.
It is absolutely crazy. But for her to just quickly apologise to Lucas and all that was scruffed, and then she was immediately, rewarded for being for being a real deal person, but Nunu isn't. Nunu is bashed for being too real, but Reva is put on a pedestal for being real. And this intimidation breeds respect is definitely real. 110%. I can vouch for that myself. I don't understand why Reva is so confused, and she had a little bit of a spat with Gogo because the anger is misguiding her knowledge in that particular moment. And for her then to say, you can't tell me how I feel, etc., etc. We're not telling you how you feel. Your actions are doing it for you, number one. Number two, intimidation can breed respect.
Fine, she's saying, I don't care. Yeah, but it don't breed respect. Do you know what respect is? Do you know what respect is? Do you know what respect is?
Yeah, I do, because you know how I act.
Do you know what?
Look at it
People
for
watch
what it
this.
was.
What? So I'm intimidating. Do I intimidate you?
No, but you have an intimidating.
That's what you said to these people.
You have an intimidating character. Had our little teams. So when you're come properly. And the reason why I'm kind of cutting you, Gogo, I'm giving you time to think about what you're going to say.
Word respect is ambiguous. You can respect somebody out of honour and love, which is Reva is saying, but you can also respect somebody out of fear because you are worried that they may come against you, they may tower on you, they may be aggressive towards you, and therefore you want to prevent that from occurring, so therefore you respect them. You respect them out of fear. because you are intimidated by them. It's a chain link, and the fact that Riva cannot see that, I was a bit shocked because I'm thinking, what's going on? Maybe we put too much stress on Riva because my girl obviously talks the common sense 24/7, and if she slips up, maybe here and there. So that in itself, I feel like we should take into consideration as well. But I do feel like she was also getting up on Nunu, which I did not understand. That happened in season 2. What's going on this season 3 now? That what Nunu was saying was making sense, but because of your irritation with Nunu, it misguided your knowledge and brought about anger instead, which I was upset about and I was ashamed. I feel like throughout this reunion, the majority of the time, you Reba were talking absolute nonsense. It was a shame. That's how I personally feel. It is my review, and I didn't expect that at all. And again, we have Miss Nissy. Now, I done told you that Nissy pissed me off when the Esther and Nunu situation took off, and she's doing it again. She's, I think everybody loves to look at Nissy as the one with the most moral, the high regard, and I do that as well. So when somebody like that slips up, it kind of irritates us even more so. And for her to say that Nunu is talking nonsense, yet you have not even addressed the fact that Esther was the one that ignited that fuel. She was the one that started that argument. She is the one who's been bullying, but because you are adapting around her behaviours, you are adapting around her bullying techniques, you are being manipulated by her, you can be seen as a flying monkey in this particular atmosphere. You're only going to justify her. You are justifying Esther's abuse. That's what you're doing, because that's, okay, let's not go far. I wouldn't say she's abusing Nunu, but you're justifying Esther's bullying. That's basically what you're doing. And the fact you're saying that Nunu's the one talking nonsense and you're shocked about what Nunu's saying, but it's okay for Esther to talk, like, it's just like, I'm losing respect for people like this day by day by day. Like, it clearly shows that you're being manipulated subconsciously to realms that you can't even control, and I was disappointed in that as well. It is massive irritation for people like Lissy to be taken down this road, because it's just like, what are you doing? Like, really truly, what are you doing? Because we need to know. Or we all need to know what you're doing. And this whole, I want to jump on this whole real nonsense. We reward Reba for being too real, but we don't like it when Nunu is too real. Like, Nunu said that Lucas is intimidating, and I can say that about friends as well. If you are intimidating, that's what you are. I'm being real with you. I'm being honest with you. Appreciate that. Learn from it. Grow and move on. It's simple as that. But now somebody is being bashed for saying something like, apparently she's too real, but Reba is rewarded. There's hypocrisy going on here. Lucas is an intimidating character. That's how he comes across via us, how he acts, and that in itself can breed respect, etc., etc. And there was nothing wrong in saying that at all. I don't understand why that was brought up as a massive issue. And it's looked like Nunu, everybody's attacking her again, like similar to last season. It's like they've been used as scapegoats for storylines, and it's annoying. And Omar again at the end was talking nonsense about what happened in season 2, and Nunu really just shut down and said that this is not season 2, this is season 3. And if we want to bring that to the particular discussion, what are you bringing to Bkchat, Omar? Let me know what you're bringing to season 3, and then we can find out, and then we will discuss that, because your name is not being discussed anywhere. What are you bringing to the show? You're bringing nothing. You're only bringing oxygen and nitrogen and carbon dioxide. That's all you're bringing to the show.
But listen, so what I'm saying is, when somebody is going after somebody's children, and it's not just one, it's not two. I'm not saying about this particular.
There's nothing else. I'm genuinely confused as to what you're doing. And this whole Sia's moving bad. I told you, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's just pissing me off from the show. I don't understand what it is. Everybody's just moving mad.
Ever in your life think you could ever say something to me?
Can I say something after, yeah?
Let me finish.
I'm listening.
I once was. I grew up in the hood.
Say
I've
no
seen
more, mommy.
things.
Say no more.
I get you, yeah? I get you.
Don't be money, because I'm going to get irritated.
Especially.
Alright, cool.
Get out of my
Alright, cool.
You don't really want to get out there.
Alright, cool.
especially-
Esther, I'm still your friend. Don't worry about it. I don't know why you're wilding out at me. I ain't done.
Erratic, and it's like, where's the logic? Let me know, like, where is the logic going on? For her to be talking with B-Money, and B-Money, everybody interrupts everybody, so I don't understand why Sia is moving absolute mad, and then she gets up, and she gets upset, and then she rages, and then she walks off, and she talks about how she's seeing things, and she's being there. Everybody's seeing things, love. You're not the only one with a hard life. Move on. It is what it is. Everybody has difficult lives. Like, for you to be saying, oh, I hate, and it kind of irritates me. It kind of does irritate me when people say, oh, I've seen things, or I've lived the road life. I've done this. Everybody's had hard lives. Majority of people actually have. You just don't know that because you're so warped into what you're going through. Also be aware of other people as well. Like, I don't understand why she had to walk off and do some extravagant, ridiculous nonsense when nothing was made personal against you. And I'm glad B-Money spoke up for Nunu in relation to the fact that people throw stones in glass houses. Like, when thrones go back to your house and your house falls down, don't come crying wolf. It doesn't make sense.
Sia said that when
I
Nunu
really
says,
don't want to hear from you.
That's cool. Don't listen then. I'm talking to everyone else.
Okay.
Nunu said that.
Everyone else
Nunu
wanna
said
hear what
that.
he's
Nunu
got to
said. But I'm not gonna sit here and bare people are just getting onto her about bare things from the past. Remember when I first joined this thing, yeah? There was a day that Reva got onto Malika, whatever your name is. I was like, yo, you can't talk to people. I said, and what did I say? But she's just getting bullied, in my opinion, and it's wrong, fam.
Like, it does not make sense at all. Yeah, sometimes I feel like Nunu can be a bit blindsided, a bit oblivious. She could say things she may not mean to an extent, or she could say things as in a way that she doesn't mean to be rude or upset from what we see. But it's like, I'm glad B Money stuck up for her and said that everybody's bullying her, because that's exactly what was going on, and nobody could see it. Nobody could see the fact that, hold on, everybody has issues with her, but everybody's going up on her. Look how this is coming across. Look how this is turning. Look at what's happening. Look at her own actions. So there's just hypocrisy doused all over this entire reunion.
I came back for you. Who are you to tell me what level of comeback is acceptable?
A lot of bullying was going on, which was unfortunate, and a lot of delusion, especially from Riva, Sia, Ariete, Esther, Nissi, Lucas. Like, it was all over. For Nissi to say that Nissi to say that Nunu was talking nonsense, but not even address the fact that it was Esther who's been bullying her throughout. For Ariete to say that Nunu is jumping on the bullying wave. For Riva to say that Nunu's playing victim, but none of them addressed the fact that Esther was the one that was antagonizing and bullying it and was igniting the fuel throughout season 2 and 3 and that particular event. Like, let me know what is going on. Let me know what type of drug you are on, so we can join you and understand the delusion that you are on, because it does not make any sense. None of this is pragmatic. We want to talk about this is what another point that came into my mind right now. Everybody will talk about how Nunu was this, that in season 2, 3. So why are we not addressing Esther's bullying tactics throughout season 2 as well? Narcissism can take over and it can manipulate so many people to a whole new extent. And I'm just like, bro, what is going on? Like, it just makes no sense. Gogo spoke about his problem with Max and how he was upset, and then they muted the audio, and when they were going to reveal what they muted, I was thinking to myself, is that it? I was thinking to myself, there must be more to this. You muted it because Lucas was just saying 2 sides of the story just to calm 2 people down. That's all he was doing. But you're acting like something massive happened for you to be muting the audio. Like, that was way too much. And the host as well, bro, like, why are we talking about WhatsApp conversations? And the host, again, she was just doing the absolute most, talking about when she was addressing questions to Nunu, and then Lucas was practically talking over and answering the questions. The host would then continue to say, that's true, and I'm just like, are you one of the cast members? Because if I was there, I would have just said, hold on, Lucas, this question was addressed to Nunu. She has to answer it. Simple as that. You are addressing a question to somebody else. Somebody else interjects, then you agree with the person who interjects, rather than saying, this is not addressed to you, it's addressed to somebody else. Like, you're only just playing into the hands. You're only stirring the pot with everybody else.
That was raised. Why was the show titled A Message to Esther? If it's a business venture, why did you...
Esther's part of my business.
Like, it makes no sense. It's way too colloquial, and I don't understand what was going on there. I mean, I'm happy that certain questions were addressed, but I feel like, the host was also amping up like Esther and Lucas, and, kind of shutting down and agreeing with people like Nunu. Like, it makes no sense at all. Like, you are there to not be biased. For you to be saying that is true. Like, you may be a viewer as well, you may know people have relationships behind the scenes, but those two need to be extinguished, and you need to be completely not biased when it comes to this. People may say to me, oh, I'm biased on here. Darling, this is my YouTube channel. This is my video. I'm entitled to be biased if I want to, but I'm trying not to here and there and there, and etc. One example is Riva. Everybody knows how much I love her, but in this reunion, she pissed me off. She's talking nonsense. I don't know what's going on. For her to be talking about intimidation does breed respect. She cannot see that because she's too irritated with what's going on, and then saying that Nunu's playing victim, but not seeing at all. This is what I'm disappointed with her, because how are you not seeing Esther's bullying throughout? And how that's antagonized and caused everything. How are you not seeing that? You're so oblivious to it because you're being manipulated subconsciously in ways that you cannot control. Therefore, this is why this is going on. And it's like, people have to talk about it. Now, I'm not somebody to qualify to be saying somebody has a narcissistic personality disorder, but I feel like there's a diagnostic criteria here that people are ticking off, and Esther's one of them. It's interesting. When has this lady ever taken accountability for her action? When has she ever said, I'm sorry for, antagonizing beef? But because she's incited and blamed somebody for something that they haven't done, and it pours guilt into them, with that guilt that's been poured in, that's a form of emotional abuse, and then that guilt can control and manipulate people, and then people like Nunu are apologising, which apparently she did right there and then, because everybody else is going up on her. So I also feel like somebody like Esther is also intimidating and control people in the room, like Missy, like Ariete. Like, I'm kind of losing respect for all of them because they can't see what's going on, what we're seeing. Things maybe going on behind the scenes, but bro, we're not behind the scenes with you. We are viewers for a reason. So, I don't know what you want us to do. You want us to, take time of our day to go to the Bkchat behind the scenes, see what's going on. Like, and nobody has time for that. Like really and truly. So this whole idea of, oh, Nunu's one thing on one thing and then one thing behind the scenes. Everybody's different with people. Everybody's different with different people. We're different with our family as we are with our friends. We're different with our job as we are with friends. We adapt to surroundings, number one. Number two, if somebody is different behind the cameras and different in front of the cameras, what do you want us to do? Like, I don't understand. We're only going to judge and talk about and discuss about what we see. And Bkchat control what we see. So if my girl Nunu's acting mad behind the scenes, Bkchat should be filming that. Just like they filmed the whole idea with Adrian and B-Money arguing behind the scenes, they should have been filming that and put it on. Keep that same energy when you talk to Andy and discuss it with him. Because he's the one who controls what's going on in the scenes, not Miss Nunu. So, you know, it's all hypocrisy everywhere. Thank you guys for watching my review of. Let me know what you guys think. Are you for Nunu? Or do you completely agree with the other cast members? You know, is Nunu playing the victim? Is she the rude one here? What about Esther, Ariete, Nissi? Your thoughts on Riva? Holiday of Gogo talking about his fight? Or Lucas? Let me know what you guys think of these particular characters and comment down below and subscribe if you guys want to. I would appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for all the support and all the messages again that I received. 100% I'm very, very grateful for them, and I will reply to any of those that I may not have replied to. But thank you guys, I appreciate it massively. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my review, and I will definitely catch you guys soon.